Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Real World Prepper. Let's talk about predators. I'm going to show you a few things that have to do with our homesteading efforts. If you want to skip ahead to the meat of the matter, go to about the 3-minute, 50-second mark. Thanks, bye. Well, ladies and gentlemen, here we are at the scene of the crime. One of the scenes of the crime. We lost 3 of our girls to a predator. Here's some more. That was the second one. And you see remnants everywhere. But I believe the third one took place in this vicinity. So it appears to me one was inside the coop or the enclosure, and 2 were pulled through the fence and done in outside. Now, many of you have seen I have built an impenetrable chicken coop with wire that goes down into the ground right along the edges. But it has one design flaw. The door there must be shut in order for it to work. And Wednesday night, Mrs. RWP and myself both, we had some guests over and just we completely forgot. I mean, I hate to say it, but we just completely forgot to shut it. And so Thursday morning, we came out and there were only 5 of our 8 girls. And so, given that we are egg producers, or trying to be, and are successful now, because the girls have started producing probably 3 weeks ago. We're up to about, well, we were up to around 7 eggs a day between the 8 of them. Of course, now that's going to go down a little bit for a brief period. But I went and got 4 new chicks yesterday, and they're going to raise up in here for 5-6 weeks or however long, and then we'll release them into general population down there, and by mid-November they should be producing as well. So there's that. We are learning as we go. As many of you know, this is our first foray into this whole kind of homesteading type of thing, so we're learning as we go. We're also having some minor successes with our small bucket garden. Mrs. RWP harvested everything that could be harvested the last day or two. There was some squash, cucumber, I forget, one of the melons, another melon. We've got tomatoes that are out on the deck. We ate some of the tomatoes last night. They were delicious. She actually trimmed this. This was salad lettuce. It looked really pretty. She trimmed it all and it looks pretty funky now, but I assume that's going to come back up. Here's some squish. You can see. So we're just trying to get it together. Hey everybody, thanks for joining me today. Like I said, we're going to talk about predators after seeing what took place down there in my chicken coop that I shared with you. Now, at least those chickens, sad as that was, as much as I hate that happened, but they saw their predators and they recognized them as predators. There was no question to those chickens that what got them were predators. What you and I are dealing with, and everybody else in this country, are predators that are largely unseen to most people. Bill Gates was quoted recently as saying, "We'll have to wait for the next one." He's talking about the next wave of the COVID. We'll have to wait for the next one. That will get their attention. I know many of you have already seen this. There's a program going on. One of the predatory things that's going on, I'm just going to point out a few. There are so many, I can't cover it in one video. I couldn't cover it if I just dedicated the rest of my video life here on YouTube to this. But there is a program that they're putting out in Australia and some other countries, Protect Our Neighbors. There are versions of it going on in different areas here in the United States. It's basically a spy program where they want you to report your neighbors or just people in your community in general who are not masking up or who are not social distancing or who are not doing the things that the people who would report, the people that are participating in this spy program would think that you're supposed to be doing, what with the scary virus. We've got numerous reports of people that are allegedly dying from it that are not actually COVID deaths. We've seen reports of this. Of course, they always get allegedly debunked by the people who are all about the scare tactics, who are all about the masks, who are all about the all of these dogmatic measures, which, you know, in the beginning even Fauci was saying were not necessary. But yet, you know, those are the ones who are poo-pooing all this information. But there's numerous reports from nurses, from doctors. You know, and it's not like I say, it all gets debunked. But from nurses, from doctors, from lay people who have seen this firsthand, who have seen this stuff take place, who have seen untested tests get tested positive, who have seen compromised test swabs and things getting tested. And I don't even think it works anyway. Why is it that you have to wear a mask, right? Because your spittle might do it, but they can't take a swab from right inside your mouth. They got to stick this swab all the way up into your sinuses to get, you know, a sample. That's just one question. You know, so also the tests cannot be trusted. They even say, you know, well, a positive doesn't necessarily mean it's positive, and also a negative doesn't necessarily mean that it's a negative. You know, come on, ladies and gentlemen. Predators preying on all of us, innocent United States citizens, world citizens. The vaccine that is being fast-tracked, here's another predatory example. The vaccine that is being fast-tracked with little to no reliable studies is being touted as the answer, right? Everybody's so excited. Donald Trump even went on record yesterday, and I don't care for the way he worded this, but he said the military is going to have a strong presence in making sure everybody gets this vaccine, making sure this vaccine gets distributed. The military is going to be very strong in making sure that everybody gets this vaccine distributed to them. Well, not me. So anyway, this vaccine, all right, all these people that are poo-pooing hydroxychloroquine, okay? Anthony Fauci himself, and I'm going to insert, let me take a second. I'm going to insert it right here. I'll give you a minute to look at that. Pause it if you need to. Anthony Fauci himself, some years ago, a decade or so ago, was touting the results of hydroxychloroquine in treating coronaviruses in general. So all the people poo-pooing hydroxychloroquine as for a treatment for a coronavirus, and this is a coronavirus, COVID-19, are the same one, you know, and they're saying, oh, it's quack science, it doesn't work, ha, 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 your goofy President Trump said that, he's such a dummy. You know, they're the same ones who are, you know, heck yeah, let's do it. We can't wait for this vaccine that's hardly been tested, you know, for you guys to instruct and inform and mandate that all of us take it. We can't wait to take it so we can end this thing. What's going to be in that vaccine? What is that vaccine really? You know, if there are, this is not about a virus or a vaccine, if you hadn't figured that out, okay? Most of you guys watching this know and have figured this out. But the hypocrisy is so just blatant and in your face. I can't believe I even have to say this to people. But there are smart people, really smart people, oh, so smart people who will just tell you why we're idiots to think the way that we do. So like I say, this fast-track vaccine with no reliable studies is touted as the answer, while the hydroxychloroquine, used for years as an effective treatment for coronavirus, is being laughed off as poppycock. by the elite and by their brainless minions. So it's a scam, ladies and gentlemen. It's a scam. The second wave is false. More testing or more opportunities to say positive on the results for COVID. So that's how the second wave is going to allegedly grow. You know, it's all media driven. It's all about crashing the economy. Period. It's about crashing the economy. Excuse me. It's about crashing the economy to bring in this one world currency, a cashless society. Do not fool yourself, ladies and gentlemen. You crash the economy, you get us conditioned to follow orders. You know, that's how you win. That's how you defeat us. And that's already happening. COVID pass. That's something. You heard of this? COVID pass? That's something they're working on. It'll come to a town near you. It'll come to your country. It's coming. The COVID pass. It's a mandatory pass to show that you're infection free. It's going to decide whether or not you get to enter stores, restaurants, shops, you know, venues, government buildings, anywhere. Just basically go out in public. If you don't have your COVID pass, or as they're calling it in parts of Africa where it's already being implemented and used and the system being tested, it's called the Trust Pass. There, already happening, is a vaccination record and payment system. Because money will eventually go away in the one world system. You'll be retinal scanned, facial scanned, biometric tests, electronic, the Internet of Things, the Internet of People. That's how you're going to trade. That's what they're going for. This is mark of the beast stuff, ladies and gentlemen. You will not need cash anymore. How many of you have already seen, because you're being conditioned this way, how many have already seen? I know you have. You know, coin shortage, national coin shortage. You know, I first saw it on the internet. Well, now I see it in my town. I know you do too. Coin shortage. And then, you know, please have exact change or pay. We'd rather you pay with a card or with your phone or something. Let's do it cashless or touchless rather. You know, this is the conditioning, ladies and gentlemen. We're being conditioned. You'll need a record of your vaccination to go into a store or anywhere, like I said. This is leading to AI controlling everything. The AI is already in place. It's just a matter of a full implementation to take place. We will literally be the Internet of Things and each other and people. Some will. Consider this. The government, the financial giants, the economists, the globalists, all of the financial system, our economy, all of these people knew that our economy, our financial system is going to crash, is crashing. What better way than to cover it up, to cover up the fact that they're crashing it and they know it's going to crash, than having this COVID event. And now this second wave, and then they say, see, I mean, we couldn't help it. We were doing it for the protection of our citizens, you know. I mean, so we lost a little money or a lot of money, but it was for the greater good, right? That's what they would say. Also consider this. The measures that are in place, the draconian freedom-killing measures that we've all adopted in just 4 short months. 4 short months we've done all this, ladies and gentlemen. 4 short months we've done all this. They're using this virus, which they call a pandemic, and it's not even a blip on the radar of being a pandemic. But that's what they're calling it. They're using this virus to have a reason to roll out all these measures. It makes it look like it wasn't them doing it. You see, it's the virus that has caused this, right? It makes it look them innocent. Their hands are clean, right? They're just responding. Bull BS. This is absolutely deliberate. Think about it. The ad campaigns, all the PPE issues and things, all the talking points, you know, stay together by staying apart, and the whole thing. Do you think they just ad execs just came up with this stuff within the last 4 months, and all these national companies putting commercials on, and even your states running ads? And I mean, no, this was all already there. They just needed a reason to be able to implement it. And here's your reason. Same thing with this cashless stuff. It's all tied in together, ladies and gentlemen. It is all tied in together. This should be screaming. Everything about this should be screaming false flag to you. We must get out of their system. We must prep. We must plan. We must be self-sufficient. or we're going to suffer the consequences. That is going to be extremely difficult to do, and I realize that. Because they're going to create a world that you absolutely cannot participate in. Possibly even one day, soon, where you can't even go to your job unless you've done this stuff. Now, when you do this stuff, in my opinion, if you sign on for anything that says you can't trade, you can't buy or sell, you can't travel, you can't work unless you have X, that is the mark of the beast. Period. End of story. Period. End of story. There are only two choices. The two choices are accept the mark and be forever separated from God, or live every moment until your last for God, to whatever end. I don't like the prospects here, okay? I like the comfort that I've had for most of my life. I like the ease of the freedoms, the ease that these freedoms in our country that we have had for many years have given me and allotted me. I don't want my life to be more difficult. I want to just have a normal life and grow old and watch my child grow and have grandkids and do fun things and have fun stuff and go eat pizza and get ice cream and go to a movie. I know you guys do too. But that's not where we are anymore, ladies and gentlemen. We are at the precipice of the end. Live every moment until your last for God, to whatever end. No compromise, because this is not my new normal, and I hope it's not your new normal. Think about these things. Think about what you can do to better yourself. Think about what you can do to better your family. Think about what you can do, hopefully, to fight this in your areas, and if nothing else, stave this process off for some time, because we're not going to stop it. Maybe we can slow it down. Look, I'm the Real World Prepper. Thank you so much. Predators, ladies and gentlemen, be aware.